Hello guys, so now let's work on the odd problems that you have assigned for week 3. They're on your book guys, and start on page 167 onwards. If you haven't figured it out, guess what? Lucky you guys, you have the answers in the back. I didn't say that aloud. Yes, sorry, you do. Alright guys, so 6-1, you have 0.88, and your goal is to make that into a percent. Remember, the rule is to move it twice to the right. So that will equal to 88%. Number 3, we have 0.4. We have to move it twice to the right, even though you have digits, guys. Add zeros. So we add a 0, that will give us 40%. Number 5, you have 3.561. Same rule, twice to the right. So that would make it to 356.1%. Number 7, now backwards, you have 4%. And your goal is to make it a decimal. Remember the rule, twice to the left. If you don't see the decimal, it's always to the right side of the digit. So twice to the left, that will give you 0.04. Number 9, we have 64.3%. Either you make the fraction a decimal. Yes, do that guys. It would be the easiest method. And then now we could grab that decimal and move it twice to the left, thus creating 0.643 decimal notation. Number 11, we have 119%. If you don't see the decimal, so it's right there, twice to the left, 1.19 as a decimal notation. Number 13, your goal is to make a fraction into a percent, and they want you to round to the tenths. So either take out your calculator and divide, or divide manually. Let's do the calculator, guys. So wait a second. So if you use a calculator, guys, literally put the numerator first, divide it by the denominator, press enter, and that gives you a decimal equivalent of 0.0833 forever. What was the instruction? To make it a what? A percent. This is a decimal notation, guys. You just have to move the decimal twice to the right. So that will equal to 0.8333 forever of a percent. Another important structure, they wanted you to round to the tenths. The tenths would be the first digit past the decimal. Remember the rounding rule, the number to the right. Does it help? Cool. If it doesn't, well, oh well. So your answer should be 8.3%. One more so you can see what to do. 15. So you have 7/8. Don't struggle. Take out your calculator and literally 7 divided by 8. And that will give you 0.875 decimal. Move it twice to the right, and that gives you 87.5%. There's no more digits, so there's nothing to round. It's already in the tens. Leave it alone. Cool, guys? So you get the idea. So now, let's start with problem number 23. If you analyze problem 23 to number 32, all of them 7% off, something off, something off. So we have the percent and we have the total. To keep it simple, guys, write the total, which is 150. Whatever's next to the word off represents the total. You put always 100% on the bottom. You make it equal to, in this case, you're looking for the part. That's your unknown. And then you put the percent that they gave you on the bottom. Once it's set up like that, you're like, it's too much work. I know, it might look like too much work, but it builds a habit and it'll make it easier for you guys. All you have to do is you cross multiply and you divide. Literally, that's simple. So we take out your calculators, 150 times 7%. You see, you don't even have to worry about putting the percent. It's just so you could align a percent with percents, numbers with numbers. Divided by 100. What does it give you? The answer. You don't have to worry about moving the decimal or anything. That's your answer. Let's do more. 25. So again, the word of represents the total. So 410 would be your total. You put 100% on the bottom. The part, it's what you're looking for. Leave it alone. And we put the percent they gave you on the bottom of it. How do you solve it? Cross multiply and divide. So literally, we take out a calculator and we put 410 times 25 divided by 100. Gives you a number. Well, that's a part you're looking for, 102.5. One more. 27, we have of 900, so 900 will represent our total. You want to put 100% on the bottom. The part, leave it alone, leave it blank. I'm just writing for you guys so you can see it. And we put the percent they gave you on the bottom of it. How do you solve it? Cross multiply and divide. So literally 900 times 17.4 divided by 100. Press enter. Gives you a result. Well, that's a part you're looking for. See? Nothing to it. Let's continue. Now with this type of problems, 33 to 37, if you analyze them, all of them, you have a number is percent and the word of. Next to the word of, it's blank. So guess what? That's your total. In all of these problems, you're looking for the total. So in problem number 33, your total is your unknown. We don't know it. So your total, leave it blank, or I'm just writing the word total, 100% on the bottom of it, equal to whatever's next to the word is, that's the number that which represents a part, and whatever percent they give you, it's a percentage, goes in the bottom of it. So in this case, same process, you cross multiply and you divide. So in this case, we're going to multiply 100 times 170, that's a cross, and then we press divided by the percentage. You see, you don't have to worry about putting a percent or anything, just press equals, gives you a number. That number is the total that you are looking for. Just make sure you read carefully, and if it says to round to the hundreds, which is it does, remember hundreds is the second digit from the decimal. So the correct answer should be 141.67. Why? Because the other 6 helps out the other 6, so it goes up to a 7. Cool? Let's do more. 35. We have 50 is 0.5% of, we don't know. We're looking for the total. So total, leave it alone. That's your unknown. 100% on the bottom. The word is giving you the part, and the percent, well, it has a decimal. Make sure you write it. It's 0.5%. How do you solve it? Cross multiply and divide. So literally 100 times 50 divided by 0.5 gives you a number. Well, that number would be your total, 10,000. Cool, nothing to round, nothing to do. One more, 37. So of, we don't know it, that's your total. 100% on the bottom equals 800, so that would be our part. And they give you 4.5. If you can make it a decimal, guys, it's way easier. So might as well make it 4.5. If you forgot, remember, you got to divide 1 divided by 2. Or in a calculator. Sorry for the mess. It would be 0.5 and just add the 4 to it. Well, so what do we do? Cross multiply and divide. So we take out your calculator. Put 800 times 100% divided by 4.5%. Press equal, enter, whatever you have to do, and it gives you 17,777.7777 forever. Remember, we have to round to the hundreds. What was the hundreds? Second digit. What's to the right of it? Another 7. So correct answer, 17,777.78. Yes, that's how you do those. Now the next set of problems, guess what? We're going to be looking for the percent, and we're going to round to the tenths of a percent. You'll see right now. So remember, keywords of and is. Whatever's close to the word of is the total. Whatever's close to the word is the part. So in 39, we have blank. That's a percent you're looking for. Your unknown. Of 85. You see, that's telling you that's the total. Is, that's telling you that's the part. What's a part? 92. So let's do it. Total 85, 100% on the bottom equals 92. We don't know the percent, so That's your unknown. That's what you're looking for. How do we solve it? Cross multiply and divide. Calculator, 92 times 100 divided by 85. Press enter. Remember, we're going to round to the tenths of a percent. The tenths would be the first digit to the right side of the decimal. What's to the right of it? A 3. Will the 3 help out the 2? No, it won't. So your correct answer should be 108.2 of a percent. That's it. You just put the percent sign. Simple as that. One more. 41. So of represents the total. So 100 is my total, which is 100%. My part is 110 in this case, and you don't know the percentage yet. So how do you solve it? Cross multiply and divide. So 100 times 110 divided by 100. So it gives you 110. Oh, well, that's a percent. One more. 43, guys. That was too easy, I know. So 16 is something of 4. Of my total is my part. So 4, 100% equals 16. I don't know yet. So 16 times 100 divided by 4. Calculator, 16 times 100 divided by 4. Gives you 400. Well, oh well, that's the answer, 400%. So now some word problems, guys. Don't be afraid of them. You could do this, guys. It's no biggie. Just gotta read them carefully and look for keywords to see what they're asking for. Let's do some, guys. So let's start with number 55. Problem 55, read it. It says, Wallace Chin, the owner of an ExxonMobil station, bought a used Ford pickup truck paying $2,000 as a down payment. He still owes 80% of the selling price. What is the selling price of the vehicle? All right, so let's analyze what we have. We only have two numbers, $2,000 and 80%. You're like, what? So remember the rule, guys. Total, 100%, part, the percentage. So here they gave you $2,000 and they gave us 80% that he owes. What is that $2,000? Is that the total of the price of the vehicle? No, right? It doesn't make sense. He paid $2,000. That's a part he gave. So $2,000 will go as a part. You're looking for the total. That's your unknown in this case. We don't know it yet. Now, did he pay 80% as a down payment? Is 80% equal to $2,000? No, right? The whole vehicle is 100%. If he already owes 80%, he still owes, how much percent or what percent did he give as a down payment? He only gave 20%. So 20% will be right here. So $2,000 as a down payment is 20%. The total price of the vehicle, we don't know yet, should be 100%. Take out your calculator, you cross multiply, and you divide. So $2,000 times 100 divided by 20. It gives us $10,000. Well, that's the selling price of the vehicle. That's what you're looking for. 14. All right. So right now I'll post more videos because we're running out of time, guys. See you right now really fast.